It's October, and in the witchcraft sphere, that means working with ancestors and thinking about death in its many forms. Passing of loved ones, death of greenery, spiritual changes. Well, as it stands, I also enjoy playing games about death, and that's not as morbid as it sounds, so I thought I'd highlight some cozy games on the subject. Now, I know most people don't think of cozy and death going together, but bear with me here. I've been surrounded by death from an early age, and while these games make me cry, they also bring comfort in a way only cozy games can. So let's explore my top 5, one to avoid, and an honorable mention at the end. Obviously, this video will touch on heavy subject matter and should be approached carefully. If you're feeling vulnerable about this topic, I recommend watching this video later when you feel up to it, or reading the blog post linked below if that's more digestible. Always take care of yourself first and foremost. First off, if we're talking cozy games, we have to mention one with that in the title. Cozy Grove is such a cute, wholesome, and comforting game about death. As a spirit scout, it is your task to learn about the spirits of the island. Help them with quests both big and small, and in doing so, learn their stories about their lives. Each has an interesting tale to discover, but they've forgotten most of their lives, and you have to help them remember. In your kindness, you help them come to terms with their actions and deaths, and they finally achieve peace. For those who may live with regrets regarding loved ones who passed, this game is a special comfort in finding happiness. Spiritfarer is, like Cozy Grove, a game about helping spirits find peace. However, it's different in the context and outcome. Your character, Stella, knew all these spirits in life, and in helping them find peace and move on, you also find peace and comfort for yourself. I especially enjoy this game and how it handles the spirits' final journeys. You can take your time with each character, and once you finish their stories, you can keep them around indefinitely until you're ready to say goodbye. As someone who's dealt with a lot of unexpected or untimely death in my life, it's important to me that this game gives me the choice of when to say goodbye. The First Tree is a story all about finding closure. As a mother fox, you face death in this simple walking sim as the narrator recounts his life and estrangement with his father. It's a fairly simple game, but the story hit close to home in a lot of ways. As someone who lost my father when I was just 15, I didn't have a lifetime of memories with him as the writer did with his, but the sentiments hit me in the feels all the same. The First Tree is a pretty short game, playtime-wise, but it took me a long time to complete it because it's not one you can just run through in one sitting. I took plenty of breaks when I needed them, and I'd recommend others to do the same. To the Moon is a different take on the theme of closure and death. As impartial scientists, you travel in the memories of an old, dying man to help him fulfill one wish: to go to the moon. What is normally an easy task for these scientists is hampered by one small detail. In trying to modify his memories, you discover that he never had any desire to go to the moon, despite his final wish. In helping this man, you discover long-forgotten memories and help him find closure on a life not quite fully lived. It's a beautiful story that reminds us that, even if someone appears to have had a perfectly happy life full of love, there are always things that we don't see. I dare you to play this whole game without crying. I knew it was sad going into it, but I still sobbed, and it was so good. In a completely different direction from the others, What Remains of Edith Finch is an interesting take on the cozy death theme. As another walking sim, you, as the eponymous Edith Finch, explore the family home of the Finches, who historically have disappeared or died in mysterious ways. Learn the fates of Edith's ancestors and siblings through unique storytelling and visual styles as you come to terms with the family legacy. Haunting in the most beautiful way, I just had to include this in my list. Now, time for a disappointing review, but I want to be honest. In researching for this video, I came across a game titled Hello, Goodboy. It sounded really cute and right up my alley. You're a little boy accompanied by a dog, helping others out and doing good deeds in the afterlife. I was so excited to play this, but unfortunately it fell really short of its promise. You're only given the smallest of hints that you're in the afterlife, and your actions, while simple enough, don't lend to any depth in the narrative or feelings about your own journey. You just do a couple good deeds, and I do mean a couple, and then you move on. That's it. So, unfortunately, if you're looking for more games of this niche, I'd skip this one. But if you have any others that you think I or others would enjoy, please let me know. Okay, I teased at the beginning that there would be an honorable mention on this list, so here it is. Animal Crossing. Now, this series isn't explicitly about death, hence only the honorable mention, but there has been, since its creation, a persistent fan theory about it. In this theory, your character is dead, which explains the childlike utopia of a town filled with animal friends, no disease, and virtually no aging. Besides certain NPCs between games, but not in the games themselves. What's more, throughout your time, you get letters from your mom, one-way communication that suspiciously sounds like a mother talking to her dead child. These letters have brought a lot of comfort to people who have lost family, either by death or estrangement, and so I wanted to include it here for that reason. While I don't necessarily subscribe to this theory myself, I did create my childhood friend Jenna in one of my towns upon her death, and the letters from Mom to her definitely have brought comfort. What do you think of this Animal Crossing theory? Are there any other games you'd recommend for this list? Let me know down below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more cozy content from me, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know as soon as I post a video. Thanks for watching! Have a wonderful, magical day.